Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 4 of the self-love, self-discovery series of yoga. Today is going to be a yin yoga flow for the upper body, specifically opening up the heart and the limbs and the sideline body today. So let's go ahead and get started with a short grounding today. Closing the eyes, gently sitting into a comfortable seated position. Facial muscles are relaxed here. Shoulders are relaxed. Hips, legs are relaxed down to the earth. Coming into your natural cycles of breath. Not forcing anything, but effortlessly just tuning in to your natural patterns of breathing. Perhaps setting an intention for today's practice. Perhaps your intention can be something to focus on your inner self. It can be physical or mental. Just thanking your body for showing up today and allowing your body to come into another day of self-discovery through self-love. And with your next exhalation, slowly opening those eyes again, coming out of our grounding and slowly transitioning onto the first pose to open up not only the heart, but also a gentle back and T-spine stretch. So for this one, we're gonna go ahead and start on the floor with the belly facing down to the earth. And we're gonna go ahead and come into what is known as the Sphinx pose. Sphinx pose, the toes are going to be gently pressed down onto the earth. The elbows will come onto the earth and the fingertips will be spread apart, all 10 fingers apart on the floor or on the mat here. From here, slowly turning your eye gaze away from the midpoint. It's almost like we're looking at the level of the horizon or just above the level of the horizon here. And here, if it feels nice to close the eyes and comfortable, feel free to close the eyes here. But if not, you can keep them open here. And for the shoulders, making sure that you're not sinking your T-spine and your shoulders down, but pressing actively in your elbows to come into this beautiful pose of Sphinx. And for those of us who wish to potentially come into a deeper form of this back bending posture and a heart opening, we can take the seal pose. The seal pose is going to be gently opening those fingertips up towards the sides here. Again, same idea, not going ahead and shrinking down into the floor here for the shoulders, pressing your shoulders in the back, upper back actively here to really open up the heart. And again, gaze is not super high up like this, but just at the level of the horizon or just above at the level of the horizon here. So whichever option that we take today, coming into the best form for you. And once you find a nice position to hold, we'll gently hold the pose here. Again, yin yoga is a time to settle, a time to stay still. And in the beauty of stillness, we find this beautiful opening and stretch for the body and the areas we are focusing on. And staying here for 3 more cycles of breath. Last opportunity to get a little bit deeper in this pose. And on the next exhalation, slowly coming out of Sphinx, either coming back on the floor and pressing your palms up, or from the palms, now bringing your hips back, almost like to a child's pose, but slowly turning around, and we will go ahead and meet back on the floor by coming into first a seated position, and next will be crushed wing. For crushed wing, we'll start on the left side of the body facing towards the earth. So to get into this pose, we're gonna go ahead and swing the left arm behind us. At the same time, we're gonna bring our left sideline of the body slowly down onto the earth with the knees slightly bent here. From here, gently relaxing the head down, the whole sideline of the body should be relaxed here. Now from here, either choosing to keep that top right arm on the floor in front of us, or if you prefer, you can bring that arm behind you, and from here, we can go ahead and extend the legs out all the way. Or another variation that I like to do if you feel any kind of tension in the arms or in the legs here is to bring that top leg, which is going to be the right in this case, bend it here, and keeping that bottom leg, which is the left here, and keeping it nice and relaxed here. Now, again, the arms can either be in front or in the back, and if you'd like to make this a little bit deeper, you can feel free to push your body back. Your upper body is rolling backwards, so you're opening up into the heart and the front side of the chest here, but only if that feels like a right position for your calling today. So again, whenever you find a nice position, holding it here. And if any time your arms start to feel numb or any kind of tension in that bottom arm, always feel free to bring that top arm down, releasing out a little bit, so bringing your body towards the floor. And if it becomes too severe for some of us, you can feel free to come always in a relaxation pose, which is the child's pose if you're familiar, or just simply waiting here for a moment until we come out of it. But from here, whenever finding a nice position, closing the eyes potentially, if that feels okay and right for you today, and focusing now on the left arm. The left arm is gently opening up to that side and feeling a nice opening through that chest, a gentle opening in the front line of the heart. It should feel like a beautiful opening to allow yourself to breathe a little bit deeper into this pose, and with every breath, really allowing your body to melt onto the floor a little bit deeper, relaxing any other tension that you might have in the body today, relaxing the facial features, relaxing the head and the neck, just allowing your body to come into a total body relaxation on this side here. Staying here for another 3 more cycles of breath before switching to the other side. And on your next exhalation, slowly opening those eyes again if they were closed. And first, to get out of this pose, bending back the knees into the starting position for the legs. Taking that top arm, pressing it down in front of you, and gently lifting your sideline off again so that we will come back into a upright seated position. And here we will go ahead and now switch to the right side. And so to come back into this pose, bending back into the knees. Now the right arm will come behind, using that left arm to gently guide yourself again back down to the earth. And again, finding a nice position, either version 1 here, version 2, bringing the leg into extension all the way here, or bending that back leg and twisting the arm back in the left here, or just simply holding that arm, the left arm, down into the floor in front of us. Once finding a nice position, potentially closing the eyes and relaxing the whole side of the right now into full relaxation with the breath here. And we'll stay here for last 3 cycles of breath. Last opportunity to get a little bit deeper into our crushed wing posture today. And with our next exhalation, slowly coming out of this pose. Again, starting by bending into the knees and the legs here, pushing back that bottom hand back up and coming into, again, our seated position before transitioning onto the back again. And here we will be doing our last pose for today. On both sides, we will be doing our banana pose. So next, We will go ahead and recline back. And from here, we'll go ahead and keeping the arms and elbows slightly bent here, you can go ahead and grab hold of both elbows with both palms. And from here, lifting the bottom half of our body, so lifting with our legs first. So starting with the left side, we'll go ahead and bring the legs, both the left and the right, to the left side. Here, you can either stay with the both legs just on the floor, parallel here on the side, or if you'd like, you can go ahead and twist or bring that top leg, the right in this case, to go ahead and stack on top of the left. And now from here, we'll go ahead and lift the upper back off the floor and the arms and move now the upper half of the body onto the left side. So now you'll notice when we meet onto the side, we're doing a twist to the left side while keeping a nice arch and bend, sideline bend onto the right side. So here, finding a nice position, either with the legs apart on the floor next to each other, or with the top right side of the leg on top of the left, and gently finding a position that's most comfortable to hold. Again, if you'd like to not come so deep into the side bend, again, adjusting the stance of the arms and the upper body and the lower half and coming out of it towards the center line if you want less resistance. If you want more resistance, obviously going to the direction that we are bending towards a little bit further. Once finding our pose on this left side, slowly starting to feel that beautiful opening through that right side in the lateral side bend here. Really breathing deeply into your breath here. Nice, deep, complete inhalations and full exhalations out. Feeling a deep connection and release with the limbs, releasing into the front line of the body, which includes the heart here. With every breath, feeling a gentle and soft opening of the body. Stay here for 3 more full cycles of breath on the left. Exhalation, slowly opening the eyes again if they were closed, and starting again with the upper body lifting or just gently coming back and adjusting into the neutral spine here in the center, unwinding the legs if they were on top or stacked, and finding again back into the center. And now we will slowly transition to the other side, starting now with the legs. Now the right leg leading, followed by the left. Coming onto that right side, either together by its sides, or bringing left on top of the right to stack. And again, grabbing a hold of those elbows here, lifting the upper back, and coming into a beautiful twist now onto the left side. Once finding a right position for the depth of this practice and the stretch, perhaps closing the eyes here. And last opportunity to get deep into banana today, since it's our last pose of the day. Really allowing your body to melt into this pose effortlessly without thinking too much. Just letting gravity do its work and letting your body naturally come into this pose with your natural cycles of breath here. And staying here for last 3 cycles of breath. And on your next exhalation, starting with the arms and the upper back, coming back into neutral, unwinding the hands and unwinding the legs, bringing the legs back into neutral. Beautiful. Last but not least, we'll come into a mini shavasana by flipping those palms over, bringing those legs apart, opening them naturally with your natural curvature of your body and the hips here. Perhaps closing the eyes here, allowing your body to fully melt onto the floor here. Allowing your body to just absorb the energy, the deep release we conducted today in this practice. Feeling the self-love, an overwhelming feeling of self-time and discovery unravel here, and thanking your body for all of its hard work day by day in this busy life we have. centering your heart, centering your body and the mind to come into a beautiful opening in Shavasana today. And reminding ourselves that time is valuable, but also self-love is valuable. And staying in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But for the sake of this video, we will cut it a little bit shorter. But for those of us who'd like to stay in Shavasana and just settle into Shavasana, feel free to stay here. But for those of us who are ready, slowly, again, bringing awareness into the hands and the feet. Perhaps giving yourself a beautiful hug in the center to thank your body. And whenever ready, coming onto one side of the body, pressing back into a sitting position. Thank y'all so much for joining this practice for yourself today. And I look forward to seeing you in day 5.